Hello, and thanks for joining us today on Playing the Field Local Edition. I'm Maria Serrao. We are here today at Palos Verdes High School, home of the Seakings. It's baseball season, so let's meet the varsity team. Your first year here at PV High. What's it been like this year coaching these guys?
It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. It's a good group of kids, senior heavy. Got 20 seniors or 19 seniors, and they're good kids. So they've been good. I'm trying to make it a fun experience and enjoyable one for them, and I think we have.
For you, as a first-year coach, what's the biggest challenge coming in and coaching these guys?
I think the biggest challenge this year, this group, was that they've been through a lot. Depending on how you look at it, it's 5 coaches in 4 years or 4 coaches in 3 years, and that was the biggest challenge, right? You got to hear a different coach say something different, a different way of doing things, and not losing them while doing that. I think that's been the biggest challenge for me and the varsity team.
What do you hope that they gain from the experience, especially the seniors, of playing baseball their last year here?
Yeah, I think the only goal there for me is that when they look back upon it in 5, 10, 15 years, that they had a good experience, that they were glad that they did it, and they would recommend that their kids play through our program. That's the goal.
I've been playing baseball my whole life, around since I was 5, I would say, and it's just been my favorite sport because I've had the most skill at it. I've always gotten the best opportunities from baseball. So I just decided to stick with it.
All right, did you try other sports or?
Yeah, I played soccer actually, and I was on a few select teams, but when I got to high school, I decided to stick with baseball.
Okay, because you've been playing for so long, what do you tend to work on from season to season to get a little better?
I like to just every year try to increase my velo, however little I can. I just want to get it up as much as possible.
Okay, and then what position do you play?
PO, pitcher.
And then what's your biggest challenge when you're pitching?
Mainly just keeping my mind in the game and keeping focus and not letting my emotions get the best of me.
What do you do to get there?
I like to think about like calming things in my life, like my family or my friends.
Your senior year, what's it been like to play with your friends this year?
It's been good. I feel like we all really got to like come together as a team this year after spending so much time together on the field and like building such a bond that now we're like all older. We're all able to just come together.
I've been playing baseball since I could remember, since I was a little guy. T-ball, my earliest memories are probably, playing catch with my dad, those sort of things. I think I just chose baseball above all other sports because it grabbed me the most. I mean, I was younger. I was the youngest of 7, so all my brothers played baseball, and it just kind of grabbed me. My dad's a huge Yankee fan. He's from Queens, so grew up watching Yankee baseball. Baseball was just kind of in my blood, in my family. So it was evident that I was going to end up playing it in high school.
All right. Yeah. Now, because you've been playing for so long, what do you tend to work on from season to season to get a little better?
I would say for me, the biggest thing that I take pride in is my defense. Being able to just, I'm a catcher, so being behind the plate and being able to know that the pitchers who throw to me, they know they can depend on me to do my job. I'd say defense is the biggest thing that I try to work on every day. Blocking balls, being agile behind the plate. I think hitting, comes with that. Having the mentality that you're a solid defender, then you can start working on your hitting tool. For me, that's just how I work. If I know that I'm not going to be able to play well behind the plate because of my defense, that gets in my head at the plate. I need to have a clear head at the plate to know that I can be, solid back there and have a clear mind when I'm at the plate. So
I've been playing baseball since I was like 3 or 4, since T-ball, and I chose it because honestly, I don't really know why I chose it. I just started playing T-ball, and I just fell in love with it. I've played other sports like basketball and soccer, but I just like baseball the most.
I was going to ask you, what do you think that you maybe have learned from playing other sports that help you here?
Definitely like team chemistry. I think it's really important to have a good relationship with all your teammates.
Okay. And what position do you play?
I'm a pitcher.
Okay. So from season to season, what do you do to get a little bit better pitching?
I get stronger. Try to focus on like velocity and also just command and like my mental side, not letting like big situations or anything affect my game.
What do you sort of do to block it all out?
Just focus on just me and the catcher. I don't really worry about anything outside of my control.
I've been playing baseball since I was 4 years old. I chose it as my sport because my dad played when he was young, and he played till high school. So he really got me into baseball.
Did you play any other sports?
I played little soccer and basketball when I was younger, but other than that, just baseball.
Okay, what do you think that you have learned from playing other sports that actually help you here?
Just the mental toughness and the teamwork aspect. I think it's really helped me.
All right, and what position do you play?
I play pitcher.
Okay, so because you're the pitcher from season to season, what do you work on to get a little bit better?
Just like different like mechanics. Just work on mechanics. Just work on different pitches, getting stronger. Just lifting weights, throwing weighted balls, running. Just throwing long toss. Just anything to get my arms stronger, my legs stronger.
Is it difficult to, like sort of balance schoolwork with baseball?
Yeah, it could be a little hard for some guys. For me, going into freshman year, it was a little hard, at first balancing it. But, with the help of my teachers, and then I have been given the opportunity to go to tutoring centers to get extra help with my schoolwork. So that really helps me balance it.
I've been playing since I was 6, and I chose to play it because my dad played professionally, and he kind of got me in the sport, and it was just something that when I picked up, I just really enjoyed, so I just stuck with it.
Since you've been playing baseball for so long, what do you sort of work on from season to season to get a little bit better?
Kind of after the season, I kind of look back at the season and kind of look at what I did wrong, or not wrong, but stuff that I can improve on. So maybe like my approach hitting wise, or a couple things catching wise, stuff like that.
What position do you play?
I'm a catcher.
Okay. All right. And that's such a cerebral kind of position to play. And so how much time do you put in, especially before game, to get ready?
Probably I really start focusing on the game right when I go out to stretch. I just kind of like get in that mentality of like it's game time, kind of get ready to play and go over signs, get some like stuff on my own, get my hands working to get ready for the game, then warm up with the pitcher. So I'd say probably an hour.
Okay. And did you ever play any other positions?
I used to pitch in Little League, and I'd sometimes play first for my travel ball team, but in high school, I kind of just stick to catching.
I've been playing baseball since I was 5, but I started off playing like sports like soccer and basketball. And I just found as I got older and older, like baseball was the sport for me. Like it was so much fun. I loved like teamwork of it, like the camaraderie that goes on in the dugout. I love that. So I just like slowly started to dwindle away at other sports and just focus on baseball around the age of like 12.
All right. And what position do you play?
I play outfield, so anywhere in the outfield is I can go there.
All right. What's the biggest challenge playing in the outfield? Because I've stood in the middle of the outfield, and it is way far from the home plate.
All right, so for me, I would say the ground balls are a bit tough on like especially in outfields that are kind of rough with not very well maintained grass. They can take bad hops, but just got to body up on those, keep those in front. I've had a couple mishaps like that, so it's definitely keeping the ball in front on those like ground balls that you have to, and staying down on those. I'd say those are tough.
Okay. And then what do you work on from season to season to get a little better?
So I'll try to work on like my strength and my swing. Like this season, I really worked on like my swing and going to the gym to work out to just improve my strength and try to hit the ball a little bit further every season, a little bit harder, just consistent line drives. And in the summer, a lot of times we're working like speed. Jeremy Johnson, speed and agility, great time.
I've been playing baseball for, I'd say, 11 years now. It's just been I don't know, I think I've just been like better at it than all the other sports. I just like it, I stick with it.
All right. Did you try other sports?
Yeah, I played soccer and basketball. I played basketball until like freshman year, and then I stopped playing.
All right.
Yeah, I just focused on baseball.
Since you've been playing baseball for so long, what do you sort of work on, or what do you tend to work on from season to season to get better?
Okay, mostly it's my like swinging and like my hitting approach, because I feel like the number one thing for me is just my hitting approach, and if I have that down, then I'm pretty successful in the field.
All right. And then what position do you play?
I'm a catcher.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you always been catcher, or have you played other positions?
I used to play shortstop and outfield a little bit. I used to pitch too, but I just like catching the best because you're in control of the game. So it's a pretty cool view of the field too.
I've been playing since I was about 4 or 5, t-ball, and I played because my dad and my grandpa played baseball here, and my grandpa coached baseball at PV High for about 25 years. So I grew up in a very baseball-oriented family, so it's kind of always been a part of my life.
All right. What is it about the game that made you stick with it over the years, besides your family?
Just really kind of it's kind of a chess game, kind of knowing what pitches to throw in certain situations, kind of where to line up the defense and all that type of stuff. It's kind of like football in a sense, like kind of a chess game. So I've always just enjoyed it. There's a lot of thinking that goes into it, math, and that's always just kind of been exciting to me.
Have you played every position out there?
No. So when I was younger, I played third base and outfield, and now in high school, I only pitch. So
Okay. And because pitching is very specific, what do you sort of work on from season to season to get a little better?
kind of arm strength for me, and I'm not somebody that throws super hard, and I don't really overpower anyone with certain velocity or pitches. So I kind of work on my location and being able to spin the ball and locate every pitch and be able to throw every pitch in every count, every situation.
Playing baseball for when I was like 5 years old, I think. Started playing it because my brother played it. That's pretty much it, I think. I mean, it looked fun. I had a fun time playing it. Yeah,
All right. What position do you play here?
I'm a pitcher.
Okay, so from season to season, pitching is very specific. What do you work on to get a little better?
To get a little better every day, I go to Bimo Elite Athletics in El Segundo. It's like 35-minute drive. It's run by Joe Bimel and Brent Dean. Very high-level program. They have a lot of pros come in. Joe Bimel's, you don't know, he's used to be a pitcher for the Dodgers. Yeah, so it's a pretty well-respected program. A bunch of people from the South Bay go there, from like Costa Redondo. Yeah, a couple of schools.
What do you think you learned the most from those guys?
I think probably hard work from them, if anything, and learning how to push yourself. Because one of the main things you work on there is increasing velocity. Yep. So, like, if I'm just like throwing around, I'm not really gonna be working on like throwing the ball super hard or anything. But when I'm there, like, they know how to push you and get the most out of what you have, I guess. Yeah.
I've been playing baseball for a while now, and I just chose it because I fell in love with it young as a kid, and I've just played. I used to play year-round when I was younger, and I just always loved the game.
All right, what position are you playing?
I play the outfield.
Okay. What do you think is the biggest challenge when you're playing out there?
Honestly, trying to stay focused in the game because I'm just staying around, just not doing anything for a while, but it's not too bad of a challenge.
Because you're senior, this is your last year, what's it been like playing baseball as a senior?
It's been really fun. We've had some ups and downs, but the ups are really up. It's fun.
Okay, and then what do you sort of work on to get a little better each year?
I really try to get stronger and like learn more of the mental side of the game and try to improve that side, which will help me on the field.
I don't know, I just really love playing it and the team, and I've always loved being on a team, and baseball was just my thing when I was younger. So.
Did you try any other sports or?
I tried basketball, but it didn't really work out. But baseball was always my thing.
Okay, all right. And what position are you playing?
Pitcher.
Okay, so that's a very specific role, obviously. What do you work on from season to season to get a little better?
I try to work on my strength, and the mental side of the game is really important for me too. I try to work on that.
And do you work in or play in other programs besides high school?
I did going into junior year, but since then, no.
Okay. And what do you do from season to season just to get a little bit better?
I always try to just work on my pitches and build up strength for my pitches, and just keep doing everything I need to do to stay healthy.
Okay. And then this is your senior year. What's it been like to play baseball in your senior year in high school?
It's been awesome. I love all these guys out here, and it's been a great ride.
I'm more of a football guy, so I play it like occasionally.
Okay.
I just play it because Ben Davidson's on the team.
Okay, so is he your guy?
Yes, he's my #1 inspiration.
Okay. All right, and you said you played football as well. What do you think that you maybe have learned playing football that helps you in baseball?
It kind of teaches like the team aspect of it. I feel like baseball, like it's a team sport, but it really comes down to individual performance. So it really brings a team atmosphere to the baseball field.
Okay, and then what position are you playing?
I'm playing everywhere in the infield.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Do you have a specific one you like better than the other, or?
No, wherever I could get on the field, I'm good with that.
Okay, and when you're playing in, what's the biggest challenge?
Playing what?
Playing infield.
Oh, playing infield? The biggest challenge is probably like being ready every single pitch because the balls fly by when you're playing really good teams. So, Yeah.
I've been playing since I was about 4 years old, so it's like 14 years now, and just chose it because just kind of a sport and like had to play something, so stuck with it.
Is there any? Do you play any other sports or?
I used to play basketball, but then I got more into baseball, and now just baseball.
All right. Since you've been playing for so long, what do you try to work on from season to season to get a little better?
Big thing is strength, because like high school, not a lot of people are strong, so you want to get ahead of the curve in that one. Also working on your tools like hitting, fielding, pitching, just everything.
And what position do you play?
This year I'm playing second.
What do you think is the biggest challenge playing second base? Because there's a lot of action that goes on there.
Yeah, it was my first year like playing second, so kind of hard learning like where to go on certain plays and like different like route to balls and stuff, different throw from third.
Have you virtually played every position over the years, or?
I've played everywhere but catcher, so yeah, kind of.
Do you have one favorite over another, or?
Maybe short, but I haven't played short since Little League, so yeah. Yeah.
You know, pretty much just because I love it. It's just such a great sport, and the camaraderie with your teammates is just amazing.
What position are you playing right now?
Right now I'm playing shortstop.
Did you always play short, or have you virtually tried every position?
For my high school career or for in general? In general. Well, usually, I mean, in Little League you kind of play everywhere around the field, but once I hit high school I kind of just stuck with this position, and yeah.
And what's the biggest challenge playing short?
I would say being shortstop is like being the captain of the defense. You have to be focused in the game a lot, and for me it's hard finding a balance sometimes between offense and defense because you have so much work in between. But I mean it's a great opportunity for me, and I love playing shortstop.
From season to season, because you've been playing for so long, what do you work on to get a little bit better?
So especially during off season, that's very important. Getting stronger, getting your mind right for season and for fall. Usually, I try to field just as much as I hit, maybe even a little bit more, because being shortstop, you always have to be very good in defense. So it's just trying to find a balance between that and eating healthy. Seeing live pitching is really good too going into season. So that's pretty much what I do. Watching video really helps, extremely helpful, especially offensively. Love watching videos of like Mike Trout or especially Christian Yelich because he's such a great hitter. They both are very good.
I've been playing baseball for 10 years, and I chose it because it's a good activity to participate with my family and friends on the weekends.
Did you ever play any other sports? Or?
I'm actually on the football team as well.
Oh, okay. So what do you think that you've learned playing football that actually help you in baseball?
Football, I've learned a lot of team camaraderie and how to hold other people accountable for their actions. So it's actually really helped with, I've been a role model for the underclassmen to look after.
Okay. And then what position are you playing?
I'm a pitcher.
Oh, okay. So from season to season, what do you work on to get a little bit better?
I definitely work on my velocity and my off-speed pitches.
Okay. And is there certain messages that the coaches want you guys to remember?
Go out there and just always have fun while you play.
Okay. All right. Good deal. And you're a senior now, right?
Yeah.
What's it been like playing, even playing sports across the board your senior year?
It's a lot of fun to see my hard work from the past 3 years finally pay off on the varsity level. So I'm really enjoying it a lot.
I've been playing for about a year now, but because my brother played and he went to college for it, so I just decided to pick it up last year.
All right. So 1 year. Did you play other sports before this?
Basketball.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think that maybe you've learned playing basketball that helped you on the diamond?
Just to get in better shape.
Yeah. Okay. And what are the messages that the coaches want you guys to remember when you're out here playing?
Just to work hard every day because you don't know when it's going to be taken from you.
And what position are you playing?
Second base.
There's so much that goes on at second as far as when the balls come at you. What's the biggest challenge?
Seeing off the bat, I think. Just reacting to it.
I've been playing since T-ball. My dad got me into it, and ever since then I've been watching it on TV. I love the sport.
What is it about the sport that made you want to stick with it all these years?
I mean, all my friends did it, and they were getting good at it, so it just pushed me harder.
Okay. What position are you playing?
Outfield.
Okay. When you're playing the outfield, what is the biggest challenge that you have out there?
The biggest challenge would probably catching pop flies in the wind. Yeah. That's really hard.
Okay. And then because you've been playing for so long, from season to season, what do you work on to get a little bit better in your own game?
Usually I'll have my dad hit me pop flies, or I go to the gym a lot, so I want to be stronger. I have a hard time hitting the curveball, so I always have someone throwing me curveballs to work on my approach.
Is this your senior year? Yeah. What's it been like playing baseball your senior year?
It's fun. It's like a different role. Like, you have to be a leader. People look up to you. Just try and do as good as you can.
I've been playing baseball ever since I was 6 years old, and it was the first sport that I got introduced to when I was younger in T-ball, and I just really loved it ever since.
What do you think it was about it that made you want to stick with it?
I wanted to stay with it because it was a fun learning experience and the growing environment with all my friends, and it was just
What position do you play?
second, third, and pitcher.
Okay, and what are the biggest, those are very different positions. What is the biggest challenge when you're playing infield versus pitching?
Well, so after infield drills, I would have to throw a bullpen afterwards just to fit that in because it was stressful to fit it all in through practice, so I had to put in extra time for that.
Do you have a favorite? Would you rather pitch or would you rather play in?
Honestly, I've always just loved pitching, but infield was where I could play the most. So, and with my friends, it's the best way to end the school year off, right? Yeah. Just being with my buddies, grinding.
I've been playing baseball since I was 4. I chose it just because it looked fun. I made my parents sign me up for T-ball a year early because I think it was the Tigers playing on TV, and I ended up being on the Tigers in T-ball, so that was a good time.
What do you think it was about baseball that made you really want to stick with it all these years?
It's something about squaring a ball up and fielding it cleanly and throwing it across. That I don't know, just it's hard to explain, but it's something about it that's really fun.
Okay. And because you've been playing for so long, what do you do from season to season to get a little better?
In the off season, I lift weights and I work on my swing a lot. I go to the cage, spend a few hours a week in the cage, and I'll have my dad hit me ground balls on the weekends and a couple buckets here and there.
Okay. And what position are you playing now?
Right now I'm playing third base. I can dabble in the infield, but coach likes to keep me at third.
Have you virtually played all the positions?
Throughout my career, yes, I have played every position, but in high school it's mainly been third base and designated hitter.
Okay, and is that the one you like the best? Or?
Yeah, well, personally, my favorite, I like to pitch, but coach won't give me an inning on the mound. I mean, that's his loss, I guess.
We have to have a talk with him, right?
I've been begging for an inning all year, and it's no luck so far. Yeah, actually, not for all year, but for since my sophomore year, I wanted an inning. Still no luck.
So I've been playing baseball for probably about 14 years. So I've been playing all my life. And, when it's been around that long, it's just going to do it no matter what. So I came into high school and I was just drawn to it. So it's just something I had to do.
Why do you think that you stuck with it for so many years?
Because it's fun.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, really nothing else to it. I love it. So.
Okay. What position do you play?
Pitcher.
Okay. And so you probably have played all of the positions, yes?
Yeah, give or take a few.
Over the years. Okay. As a pitcher, what do you do from season to season to get a little better?
Well, you're definitely going to want to do your arm exercises, hit the weight room, hit some legs, and keep throwing in the off season because that's probably the most important thing. You can't come back from 6 months of not playing and then just totally forget how to throw because then you're going to lose velocity on your ball. You're going to not be able to locate it as well. Your off-speed pitches are going to be terrible. So, yeah, I'd say the most important thing is just to keep throwing.
And then the mental aspect of this game for pitchers is you really got to focus in. What's the toughest part of that?
Well, for PV, our program personally, it's whenever we go somewhere else, we're always getting chirped. Some other team that way is always going to be chirping us, and it's trying to get in the pitcher's head to rattle him. And I'd say the toughest mental aspect of that is just to be able to zone them out and still be able to do what you do, even though you have all those people in your ear. It's pretty tough.
I've been playing baseball since I was about 3 years old. I really didn't choose the sport. My parents did, just to get me active and involved and meet new people.
Okay. Why do you think that you stuck with it for so long?
I think I stuck with it for so long is because I liked how the game was played. I liked how it was very strategic,
and it's really about how much work you put in after you're done with baseball, with practice and stuff.
And that kind of leads me into my next question is, over the years, because you've been playing for so long, what do you do to get a little better every year?
I mean, I'm fortunate enough to have a batting cage in my house, so I probably go down there once every 2 days and just hit for 30 minutes with my friends.
And what position are you playing?
First base.
Okay. Have you played every position or?
Throughout my baseball career, I've played every position, but now it's just mainly first base.
All right. What's the biggest challenge at first? Because you always have a lot of balls coming at you.
I mean, the biggest challenge at first base is either picking the baseballs, and sometimes there's wild throws where you have to avoid the base runner coming at you. So I'd say picks when you have to jump for the ball and avoiding the base runner.
Definitely since I was really young, and I probably started it because my parents signed me up for it. Yeah.
What is it about the game that you have wanted to stick with it for this long, though?
I just like the, I guess the emotions that come with it and how fun it could be at some certain points during the game.
Because you've been playing for so long, what do you kind of work on from season to season to get a little better?
Definitely my pitching mechanics and I guess my hitting mechanics too. But yeah, so like for this year, I've been working a lot with the outside pitch when I'm hitting, and then for pitching, I've been working a lot on hitting my spots.
Okay, and have you played all of the positions, or how does that work?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've played basically every position, but for this year, I've been playing third and I've been pitching.
Those are two really different positions to play. How do you sort of refocus your mind from one to the other?
Well, from usually, it's usually I either play third for one game and then I pitch the next game. But third base, I guess I'm more of so looking to try being really clean on the infield and not make an error, and also making my throw pretty accurate to first base. And then when it comes to pitching, I'm really focusing on trying to make them hit the ball and get my defense to make outs for me, or if not, then go for a strikeout.
And it's your senior year. What's it been like playing baseball here for your last year of high school?
Well, I mean, it's also my first year here because I moved from Kansas this year. So, I mean, it's been pretty fun. All these guys are awesome, and they're like brothers to me. So it's just been really fun, yeah.
I chose baseball. I've just been playing my whole life, from Little League, T-ball, all the way to here. Just because, I don't know, my parents signed me up, and I've just been going ever since.
What do you think it is about the game that made you want to stick with it?
I don't know, it's just super fun. There's something about it, just a team sport. Everyone's together. It's just super fun.
Okay, you are a senior this year. What's it been like to play in your senior year?
Well, I've had an injury, so I was out most of the season. I'm coming back slowly.
Nice.
So that was tough, but it's been fun. And then with all the coaches, I've had 3 the past 4 years. That's been hard also. It's been a challenge, but we've been getting through it, and I've had a great time.
Okay. And then what position do you play?
I'm just a pitcher.
Okay, so from season to season, what do you kind of work on? Obviously getting through injuries, but what do you work on to get a little better pitching?
I just always try to keep my strength up, so my arm's always fine. That didn't work out this year. I was always still playing, but something just happened, and I don't know, it was hard to work through, but yeah, I got through it.
I've been playing baseball for like my whole life, probably whenever T-ball started, so like 4 years old. Why I started playing, my parents signed me up for it, and I just stuck with it because I love playing, and it's really fun.
All right, what is it about the game that made you really fall in love with it as you got older?
I just really like to compete, and out of baseball, it's not really a contact sport, so the risk of injury is pretty low, and so you can play all year round, and it's kind of fun all the time, and it's just been something I've stuck with. I'm not playing for the next 4 years in college too.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what would you say that you work on from season to season to get a little better?
Every season, I kind of work on my approach at the plate. I try to get better at hitting curveballs, and of course, I want to stay a good fastball hitter, but just kind of make myself a better hitter overall, and develop as a player.
Over the years, have you virtually played every position?
I mean, I used to be a first baseman, which is like the other easiest position. But now out of these past 4 years, I've pretty much only played outfield. I mean, a little bit of pitcher, but I'm not that good.
So
That's a whole other thing.
that's a whole other side of the game that I just didn't like doing that much. So, yeah.
Sounds like you know what you're doing where you're at. So, what is the message that the coaches try to get you guys to remember?
So coach really just likes us to work hard and kind of pay attention to all the small details. He knows we can all play baseball, but if we can really get the small things done, like executing a bunt or getting a first pitch strike with 2 outs, that's really the small things, and that's what you do to win the game. So coach is all about hard work and doing all the small things, you know.
I've been playing baseball since I was about 7 years old in T-ball, and I just started playing it to try something out, a new sport for me, and I love it.
What made you want to stick with it all these years?
I just love the competitive aspect of it. You know, I love team sports. I've always been kind of a team sports type of guy. I love the interactions. I just love the game.
Did you ever try any other sports?
I did, yeah. I played soccer, football, basketball. Wow. Yeah.
Are you still playing all the sports?
I just play baseball right now.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Since you've been playing for so long, what do you work on in the off season to get a little better in your own game?
Right now, so I'm a pitcher, so I like to focus on playing catch a lot, throwing bullpens, flat grounds, and stuff, and just trying out new pitches.
What's the biggest challenge pitching?
The biggest challenge, probably just staying consistent. Throwing strikes is hard to do. Yeah, just staying consistent.
I've been playing baseball since I was 5 in Little League. I chose it because I had natural talent at it, spring sport, and I just love the game.
What made you stick with it all these years, do you think?
Dedication, determination, I feel like. I feel like being a part of a team was really big for me, so I didn't want to do an individual sport. So the team aspect of it was a major factor.
Did you try other sports?
Yeah, I tried volleyball, track and field. I swam basketball, but all those sports seem to lie on spring sports, and I like baseball the best out of all of them.
Okay, because you've been playing for so long, what do you work on from season to season to get a little better in your own game?
Definitely my speed. I feel like being fast and having that ability to run definitely contributes to athletic ability on the field, and definitely just my mechanics and hitting. Always working on my swing, and then faster pitching.
And then what position do you play?
I'm an outfielder, so speed's really important. Yeah. And then sometimes first base.
All right, so I had to ask the guys, do you like the Dodgers, the Angels, or somebody else? Their answers might just surprise you. Angels, Dodgers, or somebody else? Who's your favorite pro team?
Yeah, I'm a Dodgers fan.
Dodgers. Born blue, baby.
Angels. I've always liked the Angels.
I'm actually a Cubs fan. My dad grew up in Wrigley, or in Chicago, so he's been going there ever since.
I'm a Dodgers fan. Yeah, definitely.
For the first 10 years of my life, I was an Angels fan, and I kind of switched over to the Red Sox just because I wanted to go to school in Boston, which I am now. And so, I mean, I would say right now I'm split between the Angels and the Red Sox.
Dodgers, for sure.
Definitely Dodgers, and I've liked the Dodgers ever since I was born. I was grown up in a Dodger family, so.
It's definitely the Dodgers. My family's had season tickets since I was born, so Dodgers.
Oh, go Dodgers. There's something wrong with you if you're not a Dodger fan from around here.
Diamondbacks.
Dodgers. Always.
The Marlins.
Tampa Bay Rays.
Okay, so my mom's born and raised in Chicago, so I'm a huge Cubs fan every time I go out to Chicago. Family's always Cubs fans.
Dodgers, 100%.
Dodgers, for sure, all the way.
Angels, Dodgers, or somebody else? Who's your favorite team?
Somebody else. I'm a Giants fan because my mom grew up in San Francisco, and I'm going to college up there.
The Dodgers here in Los Angeles. I mean, my dad's a fan.
I'm a big Angels fan. Yeah, go Angels.
Probably Dodgers.
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 Probably Dodgers. Yeah.
I'm a huge New York Yankees fan.
My favorite team is probably the Dodgers. I've liked them since I was little, so yeah, they're a home team too. So.
And that will do it for today's show. Big thank you to all of our PVC Kings. I'm Maria Serrao, and we'll see you next time on Playing the Field Local Edition.